go amogela mo thulaganyong ya letsatsi la gompieno ya Dumela Botswana The Breakfast Show. We are halfway through the week. That means it is Wednesday, the 15th of October 2025. Can you imagine gore ngwaga o tabogile jang? Me molaetsa wa me wa moswa gompieno ke gone hela gore le ha ile gore ngwaga o tabogile le ha ile gore o kare di siela pele ka pace eleng gore rona ba bangwe ha re itse gore go iragalang. It leaves your head spinning. Ke go gakolla hela gore it is okay to take a breath. It is okay to slow down. Go le gantsi re hitwa ke dio tse eleng gore kana re hita dio tse eleng gore di re tshwanetse di re lebagane e le gone gore every day you're chasing something and you're not even sure what it is you're chasing. You're chasing because you see Lala chasing. You're chasing because somebody told you on the internet when you were watching a TikTok or a podcast you have to do more, you have to be more. And sometimes slowing down, doing nothing is exactly where you need to be. So this is just your reminder that you don't have to grab every single day by its horns. Sometimes you can let the day go ahead of you and take a breath and do it slowly, and that is absolutely okay, and that is absolutely acceptable. Anyway, it is as per the usual, the two musketeers in the studio waking you up this morning. LB Morenga. I am not alone. I am with my sister, my friend, the light-skinned one of the group. Her name is Naledi Lalatsapo, and this morning we are the team making your Wellness Wednesday well.
That advice. Calm down.
Calm down.
I bet there's so many folklore stories that always say the rabbit and the hare and the tortoise.
The tortoise,
yes. So steady wins the race.
Yes. Slow and steady wins the race.
Sometimes
Amen.
you need to just calm down. So let's make sure that we do take that advice and walk into the day knowing that even today you're not fighting, you're not trying so hard, you're just existing, and things will come to you. This is how we start the good morning. It is a beautiful Wednesday, as my beautiful sister said, and I'm very excited because this is one of my favorite days.
Yes.
Talking about your health, going to the doctor, getting advice from the doctor. I feel like this is a doctor's visit every Wednesday.
Exactly. Whether it is your psychological health, whether it is your physical health, your spiritual health, we are covering all these conversations. How do we manage this body that the Lord has blessed us with? And we have two very exciting conversations to jump into. Starting first,
we are talking about the heart.
Okay.
Just taking care of your heart. I mean, how do we as a whole on your daily life, the things that you do, how are they affecting your heart? How can you better take care of that beautiful organ that keeps the blood pumping? And we'll be talking to our friends from Tebelopele, coming with the guest doctor, Dr. Tebogo Kamudi, all the way from Circle Point Consultancy, to let us know a little bit about how to better take care of our hearts.
How can we better take care of our hearts? Well, it is also my advice to watch some football. Football will help you take care of your heart. Unless you're a Manchester United fan, then don't do that one. Anyway, Gemina Safimo is going to give you all the information that you need about what's going on in the world of sport. We are talking all things World Cup qualifiers. But World Cup 2026. One of those countries is our Southern African neighbors, South Africa. Yesterday with a 3-1 win, taking their ticket all the way to the US, Mexico, and Canada. How will they do? Well, at least you can find out. Gemina Safimo will let us know exactly what we can look forward to in terms of sport news. You also have your traffic update as Mapodisi Arona. Habariana ke tsa kere ba mo dikoloing ba simolola go patrola ba lebella gore di eme yang ditsela mo mosong wa gompieno in terms of traffic. It is an exciting Wednesday morning. I mean, we are halfway through the month, halfway through the week, and we are halfway through a very, we're at the end of the year.
Okay.
We're at the end of a very long year, and I hope hope that you can jump into this morning's fitness with a lot of positivity. We are seeing how we can slow down for real with active recovery. What does it mean to recover your body but still do a little something towards your fitness? That is exactly what we are doing this morning with Daniel Moeng. This is your fitness. Botswana, Dumela.
Welcome to the Benal Sessions studio. You are with Daniel Moeng and I'm with Kumo. So today we're going to do an active recovery flow workout, okay? So nothing too intense, follow us. Okay, so let's warm up, okay? So with the warm up, I just want us to go all the way down and up, okay? Down and up. 1, let's go. 2, 3, control that breathing at all times. Nice one. Shake it off. All right. Shrugs up and down. 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 Shake it off. Okay. So I want us to sit down. Okay. Let's sit down. Legs together. Legs together. Like this. Okay. So I just need you to flap, okay? Work in those pelvises, the pelvic area is very important, okay? Now, I just want you to push down slightly, just push down, push down. Nice one. Now, straighten your legs, okay? Bring the leg in. All right, now you're going to push down again, push, push. 3 times. Nice. Now, hold this knee, then you're going to press out. 1 and back to the knee. Are you ready? Let's go. 1 and back to the knee. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice one. Now, hands here. Then you're going to stretch all the way to the toes. Let's go. 1, 2, and 3. Nice one. Let's do the other side. Shake it off. The other side. Press down.
Burnout sessions.
Remember, guys, you need to focus on that breathing as well. Breathing is very important as you are executing your exercises or stretches. Okay, next one. And let's go.
Burnout sessions.
And back. And back. 1 more. Nice one. Hands here. And let's go. 1, 2, and 3. Nice one. Shake it off. Shake it off. Okay. Now, legs apart. Like this. Now, I want you to touch those toes.
Sessions.
And push down. Push down. Nice one. Now, bend that one leg. Now, watch what I'm going to do. Rotating, then up. Rotate, and up. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? And let's go. Rotate, and 1. Back. 2.
Burnout sessions.
And 3. Nice one. The other side. Ready? Push. And 1, 2, and 3. Nice one. Let's get up. The mic sound wasn't flickering, right? I left it dangling. Yeah, all right.
Sessions.
Shake it off.
Our number 1.
Okay, so that wasn't that tough, was it? Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. So now let's just shake it off, breathe it off. Okay, we're done with today's workout. Nothing too hectic. Remember, stretching is very important, more especially for people who are elderly. Stretch as much as you can. Okay, that's it from us today. Well done again, Kumo, and well done to you at home. Well done.
dumedise yalo moso wa letsatsi lone la gompieno wa letsatsi la boraro re goneha re lebile dikgang tsa metshameko tse di farologaneng ga kologela matsatsi la maabane no go tshamekiwa yalo match day number 10 wa go ipatala lo phatla go sejaneng sa lefatshe 9 African countries ba ipeile yalo mo bontleng ba gone go ya ka ko sejaneng sa lefatshe mme tle re batla team e one e leng gone gore ditlhopha tse di yang gore go di playoffong ka kwa e tle e tswa yalo mo go tsone ga go re di team di ya ka re tsa yalo bone bo Nigeria ke dingwe tse di go tshamekang yalo gone yalo Benin Shams ba le ba misitse out the opportunity ya gore ba ka dira ka tsele ntseng jang re tla ba gape re lebella yalo dikgang tsone tsa ka rugby ba ne bona yalo coaching concert ta bo gape re lebelle yalo tse di amanyalo Rose Branch o ka ko Morocco ka kwa gore o performa ka tsela ntseng jang re bo gape re lebelle tse dingwe tsa gore ya dinao tse di amanyalo metshameko ya bomme ya ka itsweletse re ka ko Asia la ka re ntse re dira tata metshameko ya harologane otlhe e ne e dira ya go khulifela go ya ka ko Mexico Canada ga mogala la America ka kwa re tle re heta yalo ka madio a teng dumela ke bua ke mena o se femo me ke tla bo ke se nosi and tla bo ke na le I'll be hi
morning. How is everything?
Everything is good.
I'm glad. Itele ke itala ba bogedi bothoko because ha go re ta re ya ka se ha re tsa ha ke go leba yana ke swaka ditsego.
Don't do that to me in the morning. Yesterday we were playing against Guinea. Kuri ke bona gore haish was it hana re ka dira dilo tse dingwe sharp ne re ka go wa bana kuri performance tsa rona
wa bona gore batho
ba they are capable of doing this. I don't know where we are failing gore re dire dilo tse dingwe sentle.
I just think playing a league is fantastic, and we thank FNB and every sponsor that has come on board of the Botswana Football League over the years, right? But Safima, we need more in terms of experience. We need to play with more countries. We need to meet with countries like Denmark that are not at the top of the table but are also very competitive. We need to meet with countries like Morocco that are probably right now the best in Africa, if we are being fair. We then need to we need to build relationships with these people. We need to put together
like we used to do ka Morocco
exactly.
Because their facilities especially tsone tsa di junior teams di aba berekela ibile di gaisa tsa rona tata rona ra di facility akere a gonang so
we need to do so much more. And you know the heartbreaking thing is ha go tswa tautona ale mongwe wa football go tsena o mongwe wa khona go bona gore re yo ga a togella yo di tseneng di le teng, like that agreement that we had with Germany, the agreement we had with Morocco, the relationship we had. What was that European country ne re netse go isa bomme go yone? Was it, I can't remember if it wasn't Finland. We kept taking our players. We had relationships, and we should let them continue. A new government executive committee takes over.
I don't know if it's your karawo ke motsaka the thing ire gana gona korola so gore kana ne ba le at talking stage se mono go faila tota wa bona le investor so ha committee engwe e tsena ba go fila oh re ka ba senya ha re ka ba nela others, which is very very wrong.
It's very wrong. It speaks about how selfish we can be as administrators in sport, and that we're not here for the development of sport. We don't care about sport. We care about ourselves and our feelings.
Yeah, but when you're doing this, and I'm saying, "We'll have a sepe." Armonte, nari timete sala. Reta kazo, risumula kazo tu ulsena zaro level yalo. Likiwa na area Phoenix Assurance yaga iswela yalo. Mesango le silo na area la humpe no. Rakawana yalo. Faone vaka. Atulana yalo. Lisirelo so sama. Musamko urlo hangit swing. Kusana kan kuele elna kuya warataro. Mo tsokolo home. Olo rato rama khapu hamu yalo. Le tsulfelo khao khalime lubone. Ba kusana kan kuele area 1845 Mompati Chabe le boa go malobela mosam ka bone go tsena ka ele ya 1930 mosam ko yetlhe ya samgela ya loka ko Babusi Hall ka kwa a go ra bona nyalo likeo e tsweletse teng go ngibile sentse le mosolo sa Phoenix Assurance re le ka go bona ba Botswana Table Tennis Association ba bua gona gore di official tsa bone dia go dira yalo the sport administration training ele ba latelang yalo ya gona yalo the vice president admin Ratile Morapedi, vice president technical Kabo Mosaro ga mo yalo le public relations officer ele yalo Tshofaso Malepa ba tla re go simola ka di 13 tsone tsa October yalo go tlhalela yalo I think it's going to be long ha ba kola gore ya go hela leng ko tle ba le gone yalo ka go Anderson ya hotel mo face for mo ga borone ba ruta yalo ka tsone tsa administration ntse ba ka di khantsa administration yalo le LB gore ka re go ngora gona la re shotang teng tshwantse go re ikwe so batho ba tshebeletsana ke bone bao ba semeletse ba go bona gore a go tlhoka gore ha ke le tshofatsa mala ba gompene ke khwitana be ke go bolela LB ya ka o tsena yana ke tlogala ke dirile 1 2 3 mo office ke se ka re LB o tla itshimolela dio tse leng gore ha di tsame di re godisa but anyway le ke ya bona ya tswelela yalo ha gare ga beke ka weekend ya tswela ba pusha tlhema
ntse ba pusha one of my favorite associations in Botswana. I think Kudzanani Motswagole and his entire executive committee are doing an exceptional job. When you think about development of players, you see it all the time in that partnership with the Indian High Commission, where the Indian High Commission is batshameki ba rona e ba isa ko India ba tsenya sekolo mme bile ba tsamaya ba go tshameka table tennis kwa yes gona le makgwerenyana ithileng ba kopana le one gore go tsena sekolo se leng gore se kgakala le ha go tshamekelwang teng kana le the closest club to you yaanong it's up to you to figure out gore o ira yang but ke tsone di kgwetho tse di tang le go gola tsone tseo not only that ga ba sena ba isa bana ko sekolong bana ba as well Hababoa, they are employable in a lot of the Indian High Commission businesses or the Indian community businesses that happen engineer and all things like that, right? On top of that, when you look at their development of umpires, oh my goodness, we have seen a number of umpires every week Mutukole is doing an International Table Tennis Association event, federation event, excuse me, and they're constantly growing. And then like you're saying, the administrators themselves, how many times have we seen Tshofatso Malepa or Kudzanani Motswagole, they are on boards, they're on committees outside of Botswana. This is exactly what we want to see from an association. They are developing, they are growing, they are building Botswana's table tennis scene very, very well. And they are constant. Table tennis competition. They are always playing. It's absolutely incredible to watch, and they are doing an exceptional job. Well done.
Kusonito ile sa table tennis ya ka ba tshwanetse go dira lo bontle re tsong tsa table tennis re go lebella tse dingwe tsa mandia mayalo mo pagame dikuta yalo mo ga yalo Rose Branch o ko horale di Morocco a tsoletse ya lo gone ka ko me mo tsetsile mabane ona a taboga ya lo mo stage 2 a hetsa ya lo mo position 6 we gona gore stage 2 it is one of the rough stages tse ileng gore dina di mo tsenya dinyalo ya lo me a ka gona gore he had a good rhythm the whole day go hela o lusitse nakonyana halel me hela ya ka gale every time I read video tla go lela gore yo looking forward to stage 3 kana looking forward to tomorrow ke sana ngana subua hela ara le tsatsi le latelang ile ya ene Rose Branch ke tsora rena le clip ya gago ya Mr Director ya ka tlhela rata go ipuella ya lo me ke ene ya mo pa ga dikuta mo ga ya Rose Branch like we said yesterday re mo letsa ya lo matsogolo matlhogona le gore a dire ya lo bontle ya lo a hetse tlhaeska o itse ke na ke tsora mo Botswana re a ke tsela na wa dumela ke le ka mo ba mo ora ba mo tsamaela mo ba mmatli dio tse di teng ya tshela ka nta o itse tsana.
Congratulations to him. P3 day 1, P6 day 2. Wonderful work.
Kana go mo ke khanya go tsamaya ntse stage by stage until go hela bathela gona se re ka se buang ke khanyela gore re mo letsa matswana matlhogone ke butse gore gona le mantse ga go le ba ga a le teng a re mo ikutlele ya lo ene Rose Branch.
Hey guys, so that's the end of stage 2 today, and a little bit disappointed with the result, but didn't take any risks. That was the main thing, you know. We just wanted to get to the finish line, and when the two Hondas passed me, I tried to stay with them as long as I could, and try see what pace they were putting down. But yeah, they're going really well. So It is what it is. Tomorrow is another day. We're still in one piece, so going to look forward to tomorrow. And a big thank you to everybody for the support and the incredible team. Thank you, guys.
Cross Branch abua ya local stage son sa sila mabane ile son sa stage 2 re tsamo sa Cross Branch ra go bela yalo ile tsa bowling ba botsana bowling association bana ba tsirialo 2-day tournament ka ko janing ka kwa ka mafelo a biki. The tournament e leng gore re bone yalo ba ira bontle yalo to secure the 2025 SRR International Bowling title. Mora ona gore ba collect yalo 47 points mo tournamenting eno ke tsona gore the 2025 SRR International Bowling tournament e tlisa yalo 20 clubs ba batlang for points in the singles, pairs, triplets, fours categories ka go joining bowling club. But the two championship go tsong gore like I said ne le ka mafelo a biki gone ka go ibitwa now or never ne ira ke bomme le borra ba tsho mo ga boroni o rapa ba le gone ya lo ka go a re go utlwa le ka bone go tsalo ka go joining gore this particular tournament e be ba number idrialo o ngwaga le ngwaga e wa thusa gore kae e ba batla go igodisa ka tselentseng jang le gona gore 47 points o ba thusitse how.
We kept on encouraging each other for we still can make it ka gore ne re ntse re le mo top 1 hela ntse re top hela mo game tsotlhe hela until we win.
In terms of bowling, it gives us a chance to watch and see how the national team plays, because when playing for money is a different thing than playing for just practice or what, because everybody puts effort into the tournament.
When ba ele ba jane bowling club ya ka bane ba le gone ka ko jane ga mafelo a biki ba tshrialo yona the tournament ya SRR re sa mo go tsanetsa bowling re hitere go lela yalo sa rugby ba tsana rugby union re bone yalo ba ntse ba tshegeditse yalo World Rugby Week course e maikelo a le yone e leng go ruta yalo ba katisi ka tse di farologaneng yalo e le di match officials ga malo le medical staff with the rugby kana rugby bodies training and education e thusa yalo go elevate the standard and spark development across all levels of rugby in Botswana, from the tactical workshop to injury management protocols and sessions ne ba tsama ba ntse ba di ruta yalo e le bone bao le ba rugby ra utla ka bone gore so far di ba tsamela yang.
The number one objective here Botswana Rugby is to grow the game as play the world rugby, to grow the game. So by capacitating your match officials, your coaches, your first aid and rugby personnel, and strength and conditioning coaches, you are contributing to the growth and development of the game, because the very people who are being resourced right now, when they will go back to their environment and start sharing their learning experiences with the rest of the country or the rest of the group that is participating in rugby in whatever form.
We need to be clear on our communication. Like, you need to relay out your message proper and out, because transition from being a player to a coach is very tough, because you are from always being told what to do. Now you have to tell people what to do. So yeah, we got to learn that, and it's a very good thing to do.
We had a new course that we're doing right now, which is about concussion. You know, an early signs of concussion, what to expect when there's a concussion and all that. So I believe that's really a major step when it comes to rugby, and the fact that we got to be the first people to do that. Yes, we got to be the first individuals that were involved within that course. So it's really an insightful event to. Firstly, it means a development when it comes to sports for the ladies, because mostly sports have always been male dominant. So I'm really proud of all the ladies that turned up. Like, for example, I was doing a match official level 2, and so far we only have like 2 women who are in level 2 as well that have already been officials.
It shows growth. As you can see, we only have like 2 women who are doing this course, and half of only 2 from 12. That says a lot. So that means we have to have more women who do coaching to see the sports grow so that we can be able to have more numbers. And
also rugby, we just going straight into football news. The Zabrans by match day 10 of 10. Hata ko kaisanong yone ile ya sejana selfas let's bona yalo go rusimula reno sa yalo no ya ntla yalo ene lusu yalo ke se gola me sma ya ka we bona yalo mo tshontsong tsa ga go retella pele motshamko o ne ra bona yalo sapa sa Guinea ba ba lekalekanya dino yalo me ra bona yalo reno tsape yalo no ya bobedi ene tsama inusu yalo tata sapa sa Guinea tshunusitse pele yalo a go ira yalo 2-1 e ke no ya ntla ya Guinea me in some yalo mo mitsutsung hela 10 minutes after harano sa yalo no ya rona ratama tata musamko wa hela yalo ka dino tse pedi go se tlhapara khonne go no sa yalo mo mitsutsung ya bohelo pele ga o jo re letse mabane goal e ke ha ke bona ela gona gore we would have done better go re hela ke itse gore the goalkeeper na tsweleng gone hale hapele defense arena it was just for us making no bobedi ga gape mohutsi ya ena neta tsela gona gore re bona yalo a draw mo motshamkong o ne o pasana sa the Zebras me ga sone hela motshamkong o tshamkiwa ka tata toro rena e heletse gone ho mo letsatsing la mabane ya go iponna re letse re bona yalo ditlhapha tse dingwe le tsone di tsweletse yalo re bona Seychelles bona ba fengwa le ke Gambia ka 7-0 Somalia ba nuti ke Mozambique no ile go le fela Senegal bana ba fenya Mauritania ka dino tse nne go le fela Morocco ba fenya yalo setlhapha sa Congo ka no e lengwe go le fela santse re le ho a tla re bona yalo ditlhapha tse e leng gore di roba bongwe tse di khonneng go tsamaya di ipona yalo phata ke setlhapha sa Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, Ghana, Tunisia, South Africa, Ivory Coast, Senegal ga mogalo le Cape Verde. Gona le starbatla setlhopha se le one hela se ileng gore sa go tlatsa a tsone ditlhopha tsonetse ya ka go batla only 10 countries ba ba go representang ya Africa so bo Nigeria ba go lwa le ditlhopha tse ding go ya gone ka kopele go se gone ka go tsonetse o eletsa Africa ra go lebela ya lo tsaka go Europe gore tsone di tsempile yang album.
Absolutely ka ko well the World Cup qualifier tsa tarisimule pele re lebelletsa ko Asia kere in Asia mabane Qatar eletsi ita jalo United Emirates Arab Emirates ka dino tse pedi go elengwe Saudi Arabia and Iraq playing a 2-all draw basantse ba ta tshameka metshameko ya the fifth round first and second leg where UAE eta kopana le Iraq me ga re di lebela di Kanama Hata Island gore a 31 a setsa iponetse di phata. Remember we have a 48 nation World Cup. 31 of the nations have already picked their spots. Canada, Mexico and the United States as the hosts as well as Kwako Asia, go qualify le yalo Australia, Iran, Japan, Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, le South Korea, bana le yalo Uzbekistan. Kako Africa, skemina se femosetsa go di bua. South Africa is one of the countries that has found their place. We have one Southern African nation in the World Cup so far. In Europe, only England have managed to say, guys, reda Rico. They won their group. We will see England at the World Cup. Remember, they were quarterfinalists in the last World Cup. Oceania have seen only New Zealand qualify for the World Cup, while in South America, we have Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Paraguay, and Uruguay, who have earned their spots in the World Cup.
Ka misamko ni tsama etsoletsa lo gana misamko mngi stapa sa Slovenia ne ba fenga lo ke Bosnia ka dino tse pedi go le fela re bone yalo stapa sa Kosovo ba ne ba fenga lo stapa sa San Marino ka tse super go le fela Romania ba ne ba fenga lo stapa sa Cyprus yalo ka dino tse pedi go le fela ke ne misamko eno intse le yone under 21 re bone yalo stapa sa Spain ba ne ba fenga lo Finland ka dino tse pedi go ilengwe Hungary ba samka maleka a 1-1 le stapa sa Society ke Croatia ba nota ya lo sa sone so ele sa Ukraine a re go lebela tsana 19 gore tsone ga re duetsa di hedile ka seletse ya lebe.
Austria taking a 3-1 win against Israel. Slovenia 4, Luxembourg 1. Germany beating Norway 2-1. Kosovo yone ya khona go ithela Armenia mo thamodimo ba ba ita jalo ka dino tse tharo go lefela. Ka ko the Women's Championship, Champions League le rona re ntse re tsweletse ba gaetso. It is match day 2 of 6 mo letsatsing la gompieno at 6:45. Valerenga will play Wolfsburg. Lyon have St. Politan, and at 9 p.m. Roma e tla amogela Barcelona. Oud Havli Leuven e tla tshameka le Twente me mo letsatsing la gompieno also at 9 p.m. Chelsea will play Paris FC.
Aribe kutlo tla khandelanyana hale kana ke phegelwana khandelanyana hale be re tsweledisa yalo o ka golebela se di farologaneng yalo e ntse ele tsame tsamkong ke stela LB ga mogela ba tswele se thulaganya dumela Botswana.
The Breakfast Show, and today we are talking matters of the heart. Now, Developele has been one of the biggest companies in Botswana, organizations in Botswana that have made sure that you are healthier. This year, Baipela Jalo, with 25 years in our country, trying to make you better. And today we are continuing with that conversation in celebration of these 25 years, and we'll be talking about your heart health and your cardiovascular health. Wow, the words have left me. I think because I'm with a doctor who uses these words on a daily. We're talking to a public health practitioner from a Circle Point Consultancy. Dr. Tebogo Kamudi. Hi, doctor. How are you?
Hi, I'm well. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Kata one day once what the doctor na lady la tapo one day.
Let's make it happen. Let's put a dot in
the
universe.
Let's put a dot on it. So you are the heart. You are the heart specialist. You've seen a lot of good hearts, a lot of bad hearts. But altogether, your job is making sure that people know about taking better care of themselves. What do you guys do at Circle Point Consultancy?
So good morning, and thank you very much for having me. I'm very happy to be here with you this morning. So like you just said, my name is Dr. Tebogo Kamudi, and I work for Circle Point Consultancy as a public health practitioner. So this is a public health firm that is dedicated to really working with government, civil society organizations, and other local NGOs to strengthen their capacity in their systems and in their functions. So we will partner with organizations to, for example, design a training curricula for them and also provide that training hands-on ourselves. But we also work with them to strengthen their other systems apart from just their capacity to do work.
All right, and today you are here to teach us a little bit about how to better take care of our hearts, right? Yes. Only to find that it's a different organ which really has a lot of functions, but also you really need to take care of it. What is heart health in general?
So about heart health, we're talking about making sure that your heart, like you're saying, functions to do the things that it needs to do in the body. So as you know, the heart really is a very important organ that is responsible for pumping madi and other nutrients and oxygen and gases like that to the rest of the body, and also to help us to excrete what we don't need in the body. So how do we about heart health? We're talking about making sure the heart is able to do those functions. So here we're talking about preventing the conditions. So we're talking about preventing conditions like hypertension and high blood pressure. We're talking about preventing stroke, and we're just making sure our physical activities and our lifestyle is better supported by our heart. So we make sure we're talking about making sure our heart is able to do what it needs to do, basically.
And most times, but what are some of the things that I'm sure we know, where there are a lot of heart conditions that affect Botswana? You know that in every household, high blood pressure, BP, because also of the sun and everything. What are daily things that we need to do that help our heart with just do small things to make sure you don't need to go to the doctor.
So I think small things that we need to do to make sure we take care of our hearts before we even get to screening. But I think we can also talk about screening because I feel like that's the most important thing, making sure we know what our numbers look like in terms of what is our regular blood pressure, for example. We need to know those numbers and we need to know where it falls in terms of whether it's normal. But we're talking about also making sure the way that we live, our lifestyle, supports heart health. So some of the things that we can do very, very, very simple at home is making sure our diet supports our heart. So making sure the things that we eat in our diet are not putting any excess strain on our heart.
For example.
So making sure we eat less salty food. We also reduce our sugar intake because that's another thing that can contribute to the heart being unhealthy. But also making sure we put in some exercise, just 30 minutes a day of exercise, just physical activity that's moderate, doesn't need to be running. You can do 30-minute walk, that also helps the heart. Reducing things that increase our blood pressure. So reducing things like alcohol, smoking cigarettes, making sure we deal with our stress because we know with the lifestyles that we live now, there's a lot of stressors in our life and we really don't necessarily always have the tools to deal with the stress or even to recognize what we're dealing with stress. But stress itself can cause a lot of strain on the heart and raise things like the blood pressure and make our heart not as healthy as it should be. So those are some of the things that I would say just daily things like that.
Daily things in your life. My heart is good. I'm not feeling well. Let me take a walk. Right? Let's talk about screening. We did say screening is the number one important thing that we must do. I don't know how often we need to screen because certain doctors we need to go to once a year. What about screening? Blood pressure is an everyday thing. It goes up and down. How often should we be screening and what exactly should we be doing? Just checking your blood pressure or there's more that we should be doing?
So in terms of, I feel like screening is the cornerstone really of heart health or of any kind of health. We need to know what numbers we're dealing with. We need to know what our normal and what our baseline is. So you mentioned you have those annual checkups that you go to where you just go one time a year and that's fine. That can be an entry point. Because then your blood pressure at that annual visit, we will see what your numbers look like and then we'll be able to advise. For example, if it's normal, then we don't really need to screen regularly. We can wait for the next year to do the screening. But if, for example, we find your blood pressure is elevated at that screening, at that visit, then we would recommend at certain intervals, depending on it's young. And then that's customized for really each client. It's a one size fits all, where we can say, okay, come every 3 months or come every week. But there are some individuals who will have that advice given to them. Okay, let's talk about
the demographics. Who's more at risk for developing heart conditions and should be now very wary of their lifestyle, what they do, and how often they see a doctor for some screening?
Because some of the biggest risk factors for heart disease, like is a bad diet, a lifestyle that does not include exercise or a very sedentary lifestyle, excessive drinking, excessive smoking, not dealing with stress. But some of the other risk factors include your sex, your gender, for example. We know and your race, being black, which we are as a country, for the most part, that puts us at risk, just being black. But also gender. Men tend to have worse outcomes than women when it comes to heart disease. And in terms of demographics, also older age. We find more, but over 40 are the ones more susceptible to developing heart conditions. But we do see heart conditions in younger people because genetics also play a role and lifestyle, like we mentioned. So it depends. It depends on what but also those are some of the risk factors that in general they are the most
susceptible demographics there. All right, are there daily steps? Like we need to take certain daily steps. you get in these daily steps in a day to make sure that you are in a safe level of exercise there?
Yeah. No, like I said, 30 minutes of moderate exercise a day could help. So that doesn't need to be exercise because we know with the lifestyles that we live and the work that we do, it's not always possible to set aside 30 minutes. Okay, I'll be going on the road for 30 minutes. So even doing moderate chores, more like being at a certain pace so that you're moving your muscles more than regularly. That also helps.
All right, talking about moving muscles, Developele has a fun run coming up on the 25th of October, talking about non-communicable diseases, and this is also, there will be also a health expert. Let's talk about what Developele will be doing for to celebrate 25 years in Botswana.
Yes, very happy to talk about that. So Developele has been in existence for 25 years. It was born in 2000. Started off as an HIV service provider, providing HIV testing and counseling. But over the years, it has now transitioned and to include non-communicable diseases, which is why we're here talking about heart health. So it offers a more comprehensive package of services as a clinic. So to celebrate their 25 years in Botswana, they've partnered with Circle Point Consultancy to put on a series of events to celebrate this milestone. One of the first ones that you mentioned there is the Fun Run. That is coming up on the 25th of October. It'll start at 5:30 a.m. Go Game City. Tickets can be obtained from TicketLink. Registration is free, but there is an option for individuals to donate 100 Pula per registration. But that's a donation that just comes from your heart. Everybody is welcome, so men, women, children. It's a family-friendly event. We'll have the distance so that people can pace themselves according to what they can manage to do. So then we also have the symposium, NCD and HIV, which is coming up the 7 and 8 of November, and this will be at Botu University. So the symposium is going to be an opportunity really for clinicians and healthcare experts, people from the business sector, for example, pharmaceuticals and private practitioners, and also the general public. To come together to really talk about that interface between non-communicable diseases and HIV, and to also educate the public. We'll also have exhibitors as part of the event. There will be an exposition that will be co-located with the symposium.
So this is now invited for the whole public?
So everybody is invited, and also registration is also linked, ticket link for that. Ticket link, yes. And
there's so much to look forward to. I'm sure we'll be having more conversations as we have been for the past couple of weeks to keep reminding Botswana and what they're doing for the 25 years of celebration. Unfortunately, we are out of time, and I'm having so much fun. Dr. Kavidi, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, we are talking matters of the heart. If you want to be part of that, do go on the social media pages and check out Developele and find out every single event that will be happening. Be part of one of them. Learn a little bit about your heart, and overall, just take better care of your heart.
Dumela Botswana ka go leba yalo ka go ba athletics mme re itebagantse yalo le ba Golden Grand Prix, even though it has televidia Golden Grand Prix yalo is actually ibida ele selva yanong the state has ra go samari ba di khaisero kana di khantse di harologaneng rather go tswa go bone yalo rutle gore sentlentle what really happened le gore tsela pedi re tsa ifeng le gore so far after go nna ya ka go ne re sa solofela ba go neta ka tseleng jang gore re boele yalo go status sone sa gold go dira yalo a re tberna hale o ile gore o na le bagedi yalo mo sona television yalo dilo di dube re na re mutlisitse ha each and every time re na lo le chewa LOC yalo France Mabile tsebe ba gapere ya ga ka go robo ka kwa egna o ile gore ke ene the lion wow yene the Grand Prix ya mono gae ke tlo sama ke sa se ba ka se go dumetse yalo re dube mo sa letsela gompieno. You're working hard. It seems like you are tired. We
I'm trying, but you know, it's life. It's just like that.
Hi, Mr. Mabileza.
Dumela ma.
Le teng.
Ke teng maleka.
Ke siame hle. Bana o siame.
Ke monate.
O monate. Hi Dumela.
Dumela. You asked me to say Dumela, so there you go.
You're exposing me live on television. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Yeah,
Always happy to be back in Botswana.
Okay.
Second
Are you enjoying Botswana though?
Love it. I've been coming here for 3 years. We've done good things together, Mr. Du and me.
All right.
Always a pleasure.
Okay. Mr. Dube, let's start the conversation re lebelle yalo gongwe gore go diragala eng yalo ka lebelo le leng gore na re lebitsa lebelo la Dlodi ya no maletseng a tsentse batho ya no asele lebelo la Dlodi ke lebelo la Batswana a re utlwa yalo gona gore so far what's happening around lebelo la gago
tota go na le kgolo e se kana nka sepe. Like I always say, you know, Batswana ba sika ba sikingwa ke sepe, ba sika ba tshuga ka downgrading e leng gore ya buiwa. Ga se sepa gona sepe se changeitseng ke kganyela gore the way the points ka ha di abiwang ka teng ke gone hela, but otherwise logistically go tshwana hela across. We are still going to have even more athletes of top caliber. And ke a sure Batswana gore you know what rotera itse gore re bolailwe ke kganya ya lebala and lebala gompieno le tabele le ready and ke a dumela gore what we want now is to go even higher, not even going back to the gold. If things all adds up, then we can even try to be the first Diamond League mo Botswana.
All right, Mr. Mabileza, let's start here. You are an LOC chair. How prepared are we for next year?
We are prepared. We will be getting better every day, as much as we are prepared. The idea is to make sure that on the set date, we deliver the race as perfect as possible, such that when we say now we want to go to become a Diamond League, so that is the mandate that we've been given, and I'm working with a team of about 15 people, and we believe we will deliver. We want Botswana to come and support.
You have been here 3 years, Mr. Roba, working with Mr. Dube. What have you discovered about this race so far?
As Claudia said, I always have a problem with saying the event got downgraded. It didn't get downgraded. It was a logistic problem last year, a problem with the production due to the fact that the stadium was ready so late, and we just made it. So that is not a downgrade because the athletes will be the same. It is not the people in the stadium will not see the difference. Actually, this is the kickoff event for that Super Week in athletics we have in Botswana next year, where the entire world will look here because that's World Championships in Botswana. So we are the kickoff event. We will start the show, and we will make this as good as possible. As Claudia already said, we already have most of the athletes for World Championships here, so the quality of the fields will be even better. And let's not forget the Golden Grand Prix is an individual event, so you will see races head-to-head, and relay is a completely different setup. It's great to watch. It's a lot of fun, but a one-day track meet is a one-day track meet. That's a completely different setup.
Mr. Dube, let's look at the 2020. It's 2026, right? Race or when we say we are preparing for it, after he's saying we shouldn't mention the downgrade thing because it's just a minor thing. What is it that you want to do to make sure that back to thing? Because I think it's just a clinch of what happened last year.
We should know that this is something that will stay here forever. The Wild Relays. Wild Relays will have them next year, but then after that, after about 10 years. But this is our own. We need to make sure we have a packed calendar for next year. We are the only registered agency mo Botswana. So kgangkgolo ke gone gore re lika ka bojote gore batabego ba rona ere bantse ba taboga yana ba taboge mabilo a ileng gore ana le mosola mabilo a ileng gore a recognize worldwide. Jano se se teng about Golden Grand Prix this time, like bantse ba bua big yote itabe le
sande re bitsa Golden kana tlhele ke le confused ora re nkande Mr. Dube a confused
ga gona space se changeitseng lebelo le ntse le bidwa Golden Grand Prix.
Oh yeah,
yes, so that's the name.
Okay,
so kgangkgolo hela ke gore big yote re bata Batswana bao ba itse gore ke big ya mabelo ga gona sepe se tsenang and se le gore ke a se itumella gape ra go nna le test event e nngwe e leng gore e mo bronze status go simologa hela ka December the 13 la itse gore taberna le cross country le one e leng gore e mo bronze status and then e be re ka bo di 26 ta April be re le ko Francistown ko e leng gore taberna le K2 classic le one e mo bronze so o ka bona hela gore our calendar is packed bo France they have a bigger job to do le bone bo Rob because at the end of the day it's a show we need those top athletes we need athletes from around the world to come and grace our event
yes you mentioned a very quite interesting statement gore yanong ira lona LOC janong gore after re nna ya le mathata ya last year o sentse gore tla ka something different se leng gore ra go netatsa gona gore okay we are back with a bang le rang so far go le LOC le tsamaha ka di preparation ga ne ke botsa le ka di preparation le tsamaha kae
Emma, we are currently still discussing with the sponsors. We cannot mention now because I said it's resigning the Pampir. We are also discussing with the providers by the stadium to make sure that we are all on board. But such things, about signing contracts, discussing items with BTV and stuff like that. So that is where we are. We believe we are on course. And like I said, there are two items that are very, very important. That on the day, on the day of the event, we have to make sure that the quality that we deliver in terms of television, in terms of singwe, it's perfect. We have to ensure that the times are agreed. If you have been given 2 hours for the race, 100 meters at 2 o'clock, 100 meters has to be at 2 o'clock. So those are the things that we have to be focusing on, working with our technical teams to make sure that they deliver as indicated. Le Morocco, singwe has to be as good as, because it's a world-class event. So it has to be delivered at world-class.
Something that I could have asked you when we started this conversation is, what is your role in this Golden Grand Prix for someone who doesn't know much about what is happening behind the scenes? I
have to go back a little bit to 2022 when I came here first, when World Athletics sent me and says, can this venue be fit for a golden event? And since then I'm working with the LOC and I'm working with Glody to deliver this. And let's not forget that the Golden Grand Prix paved the way for World Relays. World would not be in Botswana if it wasn't for Glody starting this meet. My role is to bring all the top class athletes here, and then when the event starts, to make sure that I'm more or less the floor manager. I'm down there making sure all the operations work. But until then and up to then, I make sure all the superstars, all the athletes come, and so far they have showed up.
So which superstars should we next year? Oh, you don't want to reveal? You don't want to reveal? It's early.
Early also depends on usually money solves that question. Answers that question. But the good thing is next year we have athletes already coming here for World Relays. So we will utilize and we will work together closely with the LOC of World Relays to make sure we get some of these athletes here a few days earlier and have them run the individual race. Everybody likes a little bit of a build-up race to World Relays. So we will use those superstars already. Saves us also a little bit of costs because the teams are already coming. And we will use the top Americans, and we all know this country loves sprints and 100, 200, 400. We will make sure there's some action on the track.
Okay, Mr. Dube, each and every time really improvement from every year. So from the previous year, from the previous race, so improve how apart from the canton at a stadium, ke ha ke sentse go re improve teng yalo and this Golden Grand Prix
tota ra go bona go le go ntse thata I'm happy ka le LOC ka ha ba dirang ka teng and they've introduced do tse dinte mo go maswe tse ileng gore kana it's all about go khata batswana go khata ba lebeledi that's why yes that's why re sa ba go nna re ntse re re ke competition re re itse show so se teng hela ra go nna re le ka go partnera le ba bo the horse riding bo dintja boing o ta bona ka letsatsi la teng gore how are we going to enter in style ko lebaleng ra go introduce the athletes tsa rona di top athletes jang ra go bona dio tse dintsi thata re le bone ba di parachute we are trying gore re infuse each other mo teng gore at the end of the day re nne le an event e leng gore e ta khata batho so that ba e gakologelwe le dingwaga tse tang and se sengwe kana gantsi ha batswana ba duela yana ba bata go bona gore bana ba bone ba dira go le kae our athletes already bata ba le teng ba ileng gore ra itse re ga go buiwa ka creamery simolla mo gae and ga gona oposa bateng go bona le tsela taboga ga gona oposa bateng go bona Colina taboga and we are still going to get even more ka athletics e dirang ka teng hela rena le tsholohelo ya gore e tare mo dingwageng tse di latelang even na one of the things they long gore di provider the jobs mo Botswana go gaisa other things.
Mr. Chair, one thing se leng gore batho ka bontsi re rata go bua ka sone ha go na lo le a big events like this or Mr. Dube a re bitse show re ska re competition ke khanya gore ka re na re bona Batswana batla ba le bone ba le bangenyana e be go ntla ya lo batswa ka ba tlo tsa madi a bantsi ba mo gae ba seo le neta tsang gona gore there is a balance between athletes from other countries and in Botswana that are showcasing.
I think the issue here is it basically sits with him. It depends on what kind of what caliber of an athletes are we inviting, and a caliber also influences how much they have to be paid to show up. So that is the part that he's actually handling, and that is why we are saying when we invite more international athletes, obviously the prices are higher, but that is the quality that we want to see, and there's nothing wrong with actually meeting those costs. Obviously, if you look at the American athlete, if he's a world champion, he's an Olympic champion, their value is quite high. If you take a athlete who's on the same event but is not a world champion, is not an Olympic champion, their price is low. That is what he takes care of, and that is what influences what we can bring into the country. The more money we have, the more we can invite as being top athletes. And remember, our target is to go to a Diamond League. So, Seresoko Bank, Mobazwani, come and show up. Let's fill up the stadium, because those are things that also influence our easy route to Diamond League.
Because of time, I will have to ask you a very last question, Mr. Robo. What is it that you want to achieve with Mr. Dube? We should make sure we are saying this Golden Grand Prix is successful.
From 2022 to 2023, this meet moved from a bronze meeting to a gold meeting. So that also means we can move from a silver to a Diamond League meeting. So the ultimate goal for a country like Botswana, who has such a diamond tradition, is to become a Diamond League event. At the moment, there is a small open window to even achieve that for 2026. We will have to talk to the government of that, but that has to be the ultimate goal, to be a Diamond League meeting and be broadcasted live all over the world.
All right, Mr. Dube, I think you have 30 seconds. Hello, like to know, Laura.
Thank you, Kukupa, Mobatswani. This is our own. Laha kamoso Mr. Dube asio, it has to remain. It's our legacy. So ke kopa Batswana gore a ba re emeno ke. Ba itse gore our final destination is a Diamond League, not gold, not silver. Silver hela ke diwe tsana kwana. But ke kopa Batswana being a volunteer, being mongwe le mongwe a take a part, o ta bona re ya go gongonyana.
Mr. Mabileza, you have 30 seconds.
Nya le nna ke bua yalo a Batswana ba tle a ba re support le di sport company, let them come on board to deliver this event.
In a second, say go siame.
Go siame.
Okay. Sharp. Ke ka go go tsa ba re di gela ka teng ya lepusana ya rona go tsa go ba a Golden Grand Prix ya lo ya ka tlebe e bua ya lo next year. Ke ke go Mr. Dube, the ready set.
The 26th.
The 26th of April ja ka tlebe e tla mona re di gela gone ha re tla ba ka protse mo tseng le la ka mtsana ke bua ke mena se fem. Ke
ha go buiwa ka tsa botsogo sengwe se re tshwantse gore ne re itebagana le sone ke jone botsogo ja maikutlo ga mmogo le dikakanyo mo mosong wa gompieno ke tlabe ke ntse gone ha le an expert in that field. She is a psychologist and she is I want to call her the Dumela Botswana Breakfast Show psychologist because she's becoming a staple, she's becoming a household name, and of course, we're getting used to seeing her face. This morning, re bua ka kgang e leng gore go nna go tshega ka yone mo social media hela gore tota hela ha o le ngwana wa Motswana as a black child living in Africa, one of the things that is very difficult about maintaining your mental health, o tla bo o ile therapist-ing o tswa go duela o bo o itse gore okay no ntse ke a tokagala mathata ke gone gore ba o tshelang le bone ha o tsore o ba tlhalosetsa gore nya ke na le depression nya ke na le stress ke na le anxiety ha ba tlhaloganye gore o bua ka gang ebile ba feel gore wa lapisa o kgona go nna the butt of the joke at the family table, at the dinner table, in the household. But it is important gore ha ile gore re tso go thusa batho ka jone botsogo jo ba maikutlo le tlhaloganya re tshwanetse gore be re kgona go bua le bone re kgona go buisana le bone le go tlhaloganya ha ba leng teng. So how do you broach the conversation about mental health, stress and depression? Well, here to sit with us on the red couch, we are with Hawa Sankwasa, our psychologist for today. Good morning, Hawa. How are you doing?
Good morning, Albie. I'm great.
You're not stressed or depressed?
No.
Okay, as long as that's the state. Let's talk a little bit about right now, today. It's 2025, right?
Yeah.
And re dumela gore as a nation, as a world, re suteletse ko pele kana re tsere kgato ya go a pele when it comes to mental health. We talk about it more. It's like we have seminars about it. We have our youth ministry working on policies around our mental health. And we're even seeing people fighting at every level of leadership, parliament and policy and law. Mental health thing. However, where would you say in terms of the household, the family, we are in terms of conversations and the movement of mental health?
I think the government has done so much in terms of policy.
Right.
But I think we've taken out from ourselves the pioneers of our own mental health.
Right.
Especially within the family, within the familial setting, because that's your first contact
with the world.
With the world, you know. So but I think we are gradually getting there. And
a lot of people ha motho a bogetse dumela Botswana ya ka re libile yana o libile a le mo jareteng go lapeng ba ipakanya go iwa ditirong botlhokwa ba gore gone mme go buiwe ka dio tse mo lapeng ke eng why re tshwantse gore re ne re ntse re bua ka botsogo ba maikutlo re kgona gore re motho o depressed be go nna normal hela go tlhalosiwa gore depression ya gompieno o gompieno motho a teng o ikutla ka tsela ntseng yang. Talk to me about the importance of mental health and mental health conversations at home.
It's really, really important to actually talk about mental health because so it's really, really important because the moment is the moment those actions they are just too dysfunctional. We have a lot of gender-based violence in our country. There's a lot of violence. I think most of the time and some sort of an action at the end of the day is detrimental to another person's life, to the same person is going through mental health. So it's really, really important to talk about these things because you'll be happy, you'll always be jolly. Sometimes you'll be sad and you need to talk about you being sad. Okay, Shushu broke my pen. I'm sad because Shushu broke my pen, mommy. Don't dismiss me because eventually I'm going to resent Shushu because Shushu broke my pen and mommy wasn't in a state to address I'm sad because Shushu broke my pen.
But I'm pretty sure there's somebody so why do we need to make it a big deal and talk about it? If these feelings are normal and they're part of life, why do we need to address them?
We need to address them because we have to. I want to stress this thing because in our Setswana household, depressed. Mama, I'm not feeling well mentally. Worrying. So it's really, really important important gore batsadi ba kgone go itse di-mood tsa bana ba bone gore ha sa tsoga ke ha ntse jana ga itumetse ke ha ntse jana. So it's really really important to even talk to them. Ha sa ikutlwe sentle kana o bona mood wa gago o changeile a sa tlhola a performa jaaka a tlhola a perform mo ikatumetse mo rore kante what's going on akere o tla simolla a phuthologa a kgona go itse gore okay I have to go to my mom to seek comfort and to get to relieve myself. So yeah,
I absolutely love it. And listen, we also need to teach people how to recognize it, you know. Re tabe re gongwe motho o changeile but ha gongwe motho a ba le normal hela mme ka ha teng ka ha stress le depression se mo heleletse di mo heleletsa tota. As a medical professional or as a psychologist or a psychology professional ora motsadi ore a lebelele eng, what are the signs that something might be off?
Okay, for every child, for every person, it's different.
Of course,
I get. But we'd have those tse leng gore ra itse gore nyame ha motho a ntse jana go ka tswa gona le bothata. You know, where a person o nna irritated mme gore sa itse gore LB ke motho o nang a le irritated gore sengwe le sengwe hela ebile wa blow wa bona do tso no tlhola o di rata ha sa tlholo o batla go di dira. You know, it can also translate to like having physical outcomes, constant headaches, but migraine. But how is your migraine? Moto running stomachs. Hagi moto elong gore ke na le gonna ke tshwere ke bothata ke mala ke. But we itse gore ha setsa ke tsena mo di situation tsa gonna le stress kana bo depression. O khona go bona ka tsone di ka itseo mme di mmalwa ga se tsone fela.
Go hokotsega ga go ja kana ga gongwe ra bere re ngwana o haje mme motho ke so se sentšha ene se dirwa ke gore kore ha ya akanya mathata ga go yana ha khone go akanya gone gore o tshwantse gore a je a nne nourished. So you see them losing weight, you see them motho ha teng ha tshwantse gore o mo itse hela gore ai LB hela ha re tlogo mosamo wa thulamela but o khona go tsoga ka 3 am o ithela ile gore o tsogile. But you know, one of the things that I find interesting is one of the reasons why I will not be able to speak about Diotse Moto is because ha gona po nthutile gore go buiwa yang ke simolla ke reng ra kae. What are some phrases? Walk me through an example of gone me if I'm a parent and I need to broach the conversation. Ke a bona gore e motho ha sa ja ha sa robala ebile o nna hela re opi a ke thogo go iragalang ke simolla ke reng.
Let me bring it down to motsadi ko lapeng. I gotta now be a professional in the office. Then kona le ka ha nanka.
Tell us how you're feeling.
So ko lapeng, we just tone it down. The timing has to be correct. The tone has to be correct. Because sometimes wa go itlhalela gore mo seemong se leng gore ka nako eo motho ha kgone go share le wena. But o ka mo ikatumetsela morago gore I've noticed that today or the past few days you haven't been well. What's going on? Are you able to share with me?
Sharp.
Yeah, our sharp. You just break the rapport. Are you feeling okay? How was school today? Because children are actually getting bullied. Parents are actually getting bullied. You know, so break that rapport and toning it down so that they become comfortable and trust you.
And what should I not say? What are areas that you're like, as Hawa, kore la ha o ka re o se ka wa ba wa dirisa mahoko a go nna yana le yana
mo Setswaneng ente ke sa ka re mo Setswaneng mme hela mo sethong hela ja ka re tloetse o khona gore motho a tla go ene hela go rare kana LB ke na le mathata a ba go ra go dismissa gore wena mathata a ga go ga mantsi ga se ko ke kwa
wena o itse go duela rent tota o lela gore you know what I mean, and then they belittle the person's emotions.
Yeah, so like degrading and umudira gore aska gore in nangari you are invalidating what they're feeling. Wa bona it's really not okay. That especially to family, because ke batho ba ileng gore you expect to build trust with them. So ha motho a setsa go dismissa, you don't know where to run then, you know.
And listen, how do we then start this at an early age? I think one of the mistakes that it is rank gone go emela gore dio dinne bedebele gone o re o bua le motho mme from age 3 motho ha go itse ha itse gore o bua yang ha itse the gentle side of you. And re twa itse gore gongwe ha ngwana a rumile go dira sengwe ba sa dire ke gone ya no ngo ntsha maikutlo gore ka nto gorile gore beke yo thontso ngadile, and only then are you expressing your concern, but now it's coming out in frustration. And it has to do a lot with the fact that we wait until the person is old now and things are bad to speak. How can I start talking to a child about their feelings? Essentially, one.
So the highlight starts from the womb.
From the womb,
you get to communicate with your young one.
Even as a father.
Even as a father,
right?
You know, because for fathers is not hase tradition ya bona gore because they can actually recall, because there are vibrations, right? So go simolla hela gone ko, even if they come out to the world, start talking to them. They should know, because hangwana se tsa le monyenyane ke gona build on trust, we build that closeness with our parents.
Right.
So ke gona ha re tshwantseng gore re thatagatse teng gone ho rebuild a foundation e leng gore le ha le 17 they know that the only person that I could run to is possibly my dad or my mom.
My mom.
Yeah.
But you know, I and this is my closing question to you. I am with psychologist Hawa Sankwasa. Re bua ka go buisana le bana ko lapeng re le lapa ka mathata a stress le mathata a depression kana kwelo tlaso ya kwelo tlase ya maikutlo. Hawa, I can be scared. There are many times when I should have a conversation with someone, and because I've replayed what could possibly happen in my brain, I'm too scared to broach the conversation. What do you have to say to parents who are afraid of what they might receive? I'm afraid, what if she tells me, what if she gives me emotions that I'm dealing with?
Obviously, it's going to be uncomfortable the first time. Especially how long you are approaching them as teens, as adolescents.
Right.
Because now they speak their mind. Exactly. They're no longer babies, you know. So it's really, really important as a parent, you should know you're going to be unsure. It's going to be difficult. It's definitely going to be difficult because now you're not talking to yourself. You're talking to a different person. So you're going to get a response, you know.
And you might not like it.
You might not like it.
Yeah.
You know. And approach I've recognized but you should know that as a parent you are forced to be comfortable in the most uncomfortable instances because now you are bringing up and developing a person for the future. You know, even for now you are developing them for now,
right. Because
it's been long the future and we are in the future.
We are in the future as we speak.
So as Mozadi, just get comfortable in the uncomfortable.
It is wonderful advice. Face your fears, get uncomfortable with the uncomfortable and have the conversation. Buisa motho yo because nnete ke gore a ke ngwana o monyenyane a ke mogolo 34 ntse ke motho ene batho re itsane ka go buisana. How do we get a hold of you? We want your services. Gongwe re setsa go bua yaanong re lemogile gore go ga professionally. How do we get a hold of you?
Okay, as a mental health and psychological practitioner, I'm also a social worker. Right. I'm also a child protection person. You know, you can get a hold of me at my cell, on my cell, 75783946, or my email at hawasankwasa@gmail.com.
hawasankwasa@gmail.com, and you could be sitting with your psychologist who's going to help you broach the barrier between you and your children, broach the conversation of stress and depression, suicidality, and everything that comes with it, and mental health. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for taking your health seriously. Your Wellness Wednesday ends in this manner. We're going to come back in just a second in order to say goodbye. From your heart health to your mental health, to Tumela Botswana, the breakfast show has served you your breakfast. Thank you so much also to Glody Dube and the team from the Golden Grand Prix. Ke bone gore ba releasitse the calendar for the year 2024. 25-26. There's a lot to look forward to. The World Athletics Championships are coming. Athletics is on the rise, and you, as a viewer, as a participant, as somebody who can purchase a ticket, can make a huge, huge difference. Lala, your heart health is very important.
I think my heart health will go well with me supporting athletics over football.
It's in football.
It's in menu. Also make sure that all these exercises that we bring at the beginning of the show, they can contribute a little bit to your health. Developele will be celebrating 25 years in Botswana. Make sure that you go on the social media pages and check out what activities they have for you. Otherwise, it has been quite an absolutely splendid morning. I'm even smiling.
It has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dumela Botswana, The Breakfast Show. Same time, same place, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. right here from the Mass Media Complex. Just switch on your television to BTV and you can enjoy my face and Lala's. My name's Alibwa LB Morue.
Give it down a little. Let's have a good morning.